Delano, now on Bounce, you know, some of you may not be able to get enough of red velvet cake, especially if it's made right. Brandy Jones of Honey Butter Bakery, once again here with us to show us how to make this classic recipe. Where do we start?
Well, you start with your room temperature butter, and you have some sugar here together, and you want to cream the two together.
Okay.
And get a nice cream.
How long do you do this?
It really depends. For TV's sake, about 2-3 seconds, but in natural, you maybe about 2 or 3 minutes to get a good
so
cream
2 to 3
minutes.
Yeah. You really want to get that creamy texture.
Right, to get the creamy texture.
And that's important, right? So that your cake is moist.
Yes, you want a moist cake. You want to, and you want to make sure all the ingredients are coming together.
Okay.
And everything gets smooth. So when it gets smooth, that's when you add in your eggs. And if you have more than one eggs, depending upon your recipe, you do them one at a time. So that way they are well incorporated.
Now, why would you have more than one egg if you're making a large batch?
That's right.
Okay.
So if you want to do 2 or 3 cakes at a time, that will help.
It's starting to cream up.
Yeah, it's getting that yellow color in there.
All right.
So we're going to add our red color in here.
Because that is what makes it red velvet. Yes.
That special sauce.
So how much is that?
This is about 1 ounce.
1 ounce.
1 ounce of red velvet.
That is important.
They're very important. I mean,
and the mixer is kind of your friend with this recipe.
It helps a lot. It does help a lot. And you'll find different people, you'll see different recipes, say blue velvet or yellow velvet. All they're doing is just changing the food color.
Just changing the color.
Right. So
I like the classic. Let's stick with red velvet.
That's it, right. Yeah. So you want to add your flour.
Okay.
And you start with flour to make sure it's all incorporated.
Okay.
So you want to start with the flour, and you're going to
add it in stages?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're going to alternate with the buttermilk.
Okay, flour and buttermilk.
And this recipe calls for baking soda. So with any time you have buttermilk, there's an acid you need to incorporate into the recipe.
Okay, and so about that's a minute and a half.
And then you want to add the remaining flour.
Okay, how much flour is that?
This is about a cup of flour.
Okay, and how much buttermilk?
About a half cup.
About a half a cup of buttermilk, okay. And you already had the baking soda in with the flour,
Oh, that's what we're doing next.
Oh, that's what we're doing next,
yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's all right. So we want to add the flour last to make sure we well incorporate it.
Okay, so adding it in stages.
Yes.
None of this is Team No Sugar friendly, but everyone else is going to partake of this.
That's right.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
So we're just mixing it up because you see as everything went against the walls of the bowl, we want to make sure everything's well incorporated. Don't want any lumps.
No lumps.
No lumps.
You want a smooth cake. Smooth batter.
And when you're doing it at home,
less than a minute here.
When you're at home, you can definitely take your time. You want to add the baking soda, baking powder. You see that Alka-Seltzer look you get into there?
Okay, what was that, water?
Baking soda and vinegar.
Vinegar, there we go. Why is this?
It's the red velvet way, especially with the buttermilk. You want to make sure you got the acid in there.
So basically she's saying, because I said so. So just follow the recipe. Okay, so then we're going to...
So you well incorporate the two together to make sure it's well in there.
Put it into these pans. And we're breaking this up in 2 parts because we're going to show you...
how to make it.
Yeah, we're going to show you how to make it. And we're going to finish up with the icing, that cream cheese icing.
Oh, yes.
That is so amazing. Of course, I'm going off of memory. So Brandy's going to be back in just a little bit with the second half of this bad boy. Don't go anywhere. WBTV News on Bounce continues right after this.